Hey everyone, this is Barking to Shockwave. Today I'll be doing a commentary video between Monarchs and PePe. Since we were getting the Monarch structure deck this week, I thought it was best time to show you the Monarchs and what it can do in the current format. So I thought the best deck it can go against is the best deck of the current format, which is PePe, thanks to the Bosch support. On our right, we have our very own Alan Fong playing PePe, thanks to his case opening from our sponsor, Blowout Cards. So he did get everything he needed to play the actual deck. So as you can see, he's going on out, sending his two scales with Luster Pendulum and using the Wavering Eye so he can constantly keep searching. I did start out first in this game right here, but I don't really have much to do on the first turn, and that's what it comes to when we're playing Monarchs, that it thrives on going second. But fortunate enough, I did have the Summon Strike to stop all his Pendulum Summon, which it surprised me that he actually Pendulum Summon for 5. I thought he was going to at least summon his Joker first to get the search effect, but it looks like he might have some sort of plan in mind against the Monarch matchup. So it seems that Alan has other plays he can do after his failed attempt to Pendulum Summon. So he summoned his Sorcerer and then special summoned his Hat Trigger, doing some damage to myself, and then he's gonna exceed into main phase 2, bringing out his Total Mias. And if you guys were wondering if Alan is actually playing Cyber Dragon Infinity, the answer is actually no, because he thinks that Cyber Dragon Infinity wasn't really worth a card playing, investing in it. So he's gonna use Tabana's effect to bring out his Constellar Pleiades, and this way he can try to control the field as much as possible with what very little advantage he has so far. So on the start of my turn, I played Domain of the Great Monarch. It's the field card that allows me to choose one of my 2800, 1000 defense monster from my hand and reduce its level by 2, making it a 1 tribute monster. So I did play Stormform, trying to get rid of the Pleiades so I can actually tribute summon one of my big Monarch monsters. But Alan was pondering to what move he should make from here, so he's gonna use Pleiades effect on himself, so he can fizzle out my Stormform's effect. But unfortunately, I did have Adios from my hand, so by normal summon I'm able to give myself the extra tribute summon, so I can not special summon but tribute summon into my Erebus. This way I can use the effect to send 2 spell trap cards from my deck and then bounce 1 card on the field, hand, or graveyard. So I chose to bring back his monkey keyboard back to his deck. So the spell card I just banished is called Pantheism of the Monarch. Basically, when it's in the graveyard, I'm able to banish it to reveal 3 spell trap cards with Monarch's name to my opponents, and my opponents choose one of them to add to my hand, while the other is going back to my deck. So as you can see here, I revealed 3 of the same copies, which is forcing my opponents to choose what I really wanted. So by activating the Tenacity, I revealed the Mega Kaias in my hand, so I can search out any of the spell and trap that has Monarch's name. So at first, I did try to pick out the Stormform, have it saved for later on for my next turn, bring out that Mega Kaias, but I realized that he didn't really have much to target on his next turn, since he's only going to be drawing 1 card and cannot really special summon from the extra deck thanks to my field card, because I do control a tribute summon monster. So I decided to add the Return of the Great Monarch so I can actually search out for something else. But Alan did drew for his next turn and then just scoop from there. So game 2, Alan decided to go first. So he started his turn by playing Draco Face Off, which I think is a pretty unfair card because it allows you to just put 1 card from the extra deck while the other can be special summoned or put to your scale on your side of the field. But it doesn't really matter to him because he's going to play that Wavering Eyes, search out for his Luster Pendulum Dragon, and then use the effect to destroy his Sorcerer that he already have in his hand to search out for another copy. This way he can actually Pendulum summon most of the monsters in his hand with the addition of the extra deck monster that he sent earlier with Draco Face Off. Alan's going to be placing his 3rd copy of Sorcerer into the scale while he performed his Pendulum Summon, giving his other 2 Sorcerers that he has on the field the 1000 boost. But he's gonna use the Sorcerer effect to destroy the Luster and the Damage Juggler, so he can search again. In addition to the Damage Juggler, he's going to banish that to again search for another monster, this time Hat Trigger. From here, he's going to exceed summon into the King of Pharaoh Imps, allowing him to search for the X-Saber monster. I forgot the name of it, but he's gonna summon his hat trigger so he can synchro summon into his Notorious Beast, and I believe that was his plan all along from the game 1, which I think he had some sort of experience going against the Monarch matchup. Now Alan's going to be exceeding into his Rapid Sealer, which this makes it a lot more harder for me to get around his field. So at this point right now, there's not really much I can do for my opening hand, and hopefully I can do something with my next turn. But unfortunately, I did not draw anything that could lead me to getting out his field advantage. So at this point, I have the scoop because all I have is mostly spells in my hand, and I really can't do much to tribute summon to my bigger monsters. Now we're at game 3, and I have Alan to go first just because I do like the advantage of drawing, especially when Monarch thrives again on the going first, and hopefully he didn't have the same plays again to get out Notorious Beast. But right now he is going off. He did have the Plush Fire to pop with the Luster Dragon's effect, so he's gained more advantage than usual. And then obvious he's gonna go again with the Wavering Eyes and burn me for another 500, and then searching out what he actually needs, comparing what he has in his hand. So he searched out for his Guitar Turtle. This is allow him to draw, and from the Pendulum scale, if he activate another Pendulum Performer Pal monster from the other side of the scale, and then with a great combination of Monkey Keyboard, he can actually search out for any Performer Pal that he wants. So he brought out his Joker. From this point, he's gonna Pendulum Summon again into this time 4 monsters. And now he's going to use Sorcerer Effect, popping up one of the Plush Fires, while as the other Monkey Keyboard that was set to the scale. So looking at this already, he already have so much card advantage so far, and then obviously he's going to look like he'd be exceeding into his King of Pharaoh to search out for that X-Saber monster. So at this point, I'm not too worried about his setup again, just because that I do have some plays to get around this beast, but hopefully he doesn't go into his Rapid Sealer, which could really hurt me in the long run. As expected, he did bring out his Notorious Beast, and that was the setup that he wanted all along. With Luster Pendulum Dragon on the board, there's various ways he can bring out his next monster from the extra deck. He can go into Ignister through Synchro Summon. He can actually contact Fuse with the Dynastyr, but this time he actually Exceed Summon into the Paladin, which I thought that was something very surprising to see, just because that he should have just got out Rapid Sealer, give him a more stronger defense to play against my plays. But I guess he just wanted the more search for the upcoming turn, and I thought Notorious Beast was just enough to cover some of my plays comparing to his game from the second round. So Alan in his turn, leaving me to draw, and as I said before, I do have a way around his Notorious Beast, but I'm contemplating what to do afterwards with the effect of my Erebus that's currently in my hand. So first, I normal summon my idea, allowing me to special summon my IDOs, which gives me the additional tribute summon on top of my normal or set for the turn. This way I can tribute both monsters to get out my Erebus and activate the effect. So I tribute summon the 2 monsters to bring out my Erebus. I activate the effect to send 2 spell trap cards with Monarch's name, and from there I can choose his effect to return 1 card from the field, graveyard, or hand back to his deck. So I chose to return the Paladin just because that I can easily just run over the other 2 monsters and cause some life points damage. I banished my Pantheism from the grave to search out for a spell and trap card with Monarch's name and try to add it to my hand. This is a great way to plus out of either Aether or Erebus effect to send these spells and trap cards. And so I added the domain of the Great Monarch, which like you saw before in game 1, prevents my opponents to special summon from the extra deck, gives them 800 attack, and reduce one of my monsters from my hand by 2 levels. So I'm going to use Erebus to attack over the turret base before activating the main. This will give me a lot more better control over the game, as well as banishing my Adios so I can special summon my idea, even though I already activated it already for the turn. I'm just going to use that tribute fodder thanks to my escalation currently face down in my back row. So in response to using his Pharaoh Amp effect to search, I'm gonna use the escalation to tribute my idea to get out my Magus Fiend, even though it won't stop the effect of searching from the Pharaoh Imp. This gives me again a little more control on the field, because that now at this point he can still pendulum summon, but only from the hand, as well as any effects he tried to do is going to be negated nonetheless. So Alan is pondering all his options here. So first he's gonna pop his list draw so he can replace it over with the Performer Pal Sorcerer, and now he is considering Pendulum Summon, but he's thinking the best way he can do this by getting rid of my 2 monsters so he can exceed summon into any of his extra deck monsters. So first he's gonna draw again thanks to the Guitar Turtle, and he's again laying out his options to see what he can do at this point. So he finally decided to bring out his 2 Joker, getting the 1000 boost from his Sorcerer, but I did have the Solemn Strike already face down, predicting this kind of move just because I'm shutting down all his options. Right now he can't really activate effect, he can't special summon the extra deck, so obviously the only thing he can do is rely on Sorcerer from the scale to give his monsters 1000 attack boost when they're Pendulum Summoned. So now this is my turn, and I can just easily run his Pharaoh Imp over thanks to the attack boost from the domain field card. And this is pretty much it. This is not, again, like I said before, there's not much he can do to get over my monsters. There might be a possibility where he can just pendulum summon another Sorcerer or Joker to his side of the field, gaining the boost to try to get over one of my 2 big monsters. But I already did get rid of his 2 Jokers, and one of his Sorcerers is in the scale right now, so the possibility of him drawing it is pretty much low chance, and there's not really much he can do at this point. If we were actually side decking between games, I believe that he would have the better advantage, just because that Twin Twister is the big advantage when it comes to play PePe, because they can discard cards like they didn't really care about the discard of cards, because they gain so much card advantage within the deck. And that's pretty much it for the matchup. If you guys like what you saw right here and you want to see more, even the deck profile of the Monarch deck, please let me know and I'll send one up as soon as possible. This is Spark 15 Shockwave signing out.